It has not been good. It's been very slick, very slick.
The cold and snow have settled over Colorado.
I mean, you can see a lot of cars just chilling out. We're going no more than 40.
And this storm is not done yet.
There are spots where it is a little hazardous. And we still have those people doing 90 miles an hour.
We have team coverage on this Denver 7 Weather Action Day, taking you across the Front Range to help you prepare for the workday tomorrow.
If you can delay your commute past the worst of rush hour, that would be the most advisable thing to do.
And looking live tonight from our Mile High camera over downtown Denver. Well, the snow is starting to pick back up here in the metro, and yes, we are expecting more overnight. Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us tonight at 6. I'm Ann Trujillo.
And I'm Shannon Ogden. Glad you're with us tonight. As you know, the snow's been on and off all day long, and the bitter cold now is settling in. It's quickly going to freeze these wet roads overnight.
All right, looking live tonight at the Denver 7 radar, we are seeing the snow covering the metro to the west and up towards northern Colorado.
We have a team of reporters tracking the conditions for you all across the metro and into the foothills. We also have our chief meteorologist, Mike Nelson, in studio bringing you everything you need to know for tonight.
And we begin with Denver 7's Brian Wang live in Genesee for us. And Brian, I-70 traffic, it's moving pretty slowly in that area.
Yeah, I would say in the Genesee area it was for about an hour, but as the flurries kind of slowed down a little bit, we saw things kind of pick up here. Let me step out of the way so you can kind of get a perspective for yourself. You can see it's smooth sailing right now. There was a little bit of stop and go, but you know, hats off to all the drivers out there driving safely and pulling over when they need to if they feel uncomfortable. But in Evergreen, it was a little bit of a different story. Let's go ahead and pull up that video right now. You can see it was absolutely dumping out there. The National Weather Service tells me they have about 4 inches of snow right now. And before we left there, that's about 5 miles east of here. 5 miles west of here. They said that it's going to pick up a lot more into the evening, and so are a lot of other places. But as we come back out here live in Genesee, there's about 5 to 6 inches of snow right now. And Scott, if we could kind of zoom out a little bit and kind of go down to my feet, you guys could get a little bit of context as we are stepping around and having fun in the snow while we can. But again, hats off to all the drivers. Of course, the Colorado Highway Patrol wants everybody to drive as slow as they can as these roads get slicker and slicker. Back to you guys.
Brian Wang, and hopefully some waterproof boots there. Chief Meteorologist Mike Nelson with some more context on this storm.
And Mike, we will continue seeing bands of snow moving across the Front Range all night.
Yes, we will. It'll continue into the early morning hours of Friday. This is a Front Range storm. All of the warnings and advisories are north central Colorado. There's no snow falling over the western part of the state at all. It's an upslope storm as a northeasterly wind has come in and pushed the moisture up against the mountains and foothills and down across the Palmer Divide. The heaviest snows are to the south of us now, and that continues from Highlands Ranch extending up into northwestern Elbert County. But we expect more bands of these heavier snows to move through the area during the nighttime hours. We've already had some pretty decent snow totals, and the temperatures are tumbling. Most of the snow total has been a couple of inches. A few areas up in the Boulder area have had closer to 4. Teens and 20s right now, single digits in the mountains. Our weather headlines then for tonight, the snow will increase again, very slick, and clearing tomorrow. It'll turn milder and drier this weekend, but until that time, this is the scene in Boulder on the Pearl Street Mall. And for more details about what's happening up in the Boulder area, let's go to a rather snowy looking CB Cotton. CB?
Hi, Mike. We're here on Baseline Road in Boulder, which we all know is a major east-west thoroughfare in the county. I want to step out of the way and give our viewers a better look at home. The steady precipitation, it's making for a really substantial layer on the roadway. This is dangerous. National Weather Service reminding all of us, if you have to be out here, go slow and leave lots of room between you and the car in front of you. We've seen people struggling to stop and struggling to turn. Very scary situation out here. These roads are wet, meaning that overnight, as the temperatures continue to drop, it's going to refreeze. So in the morning, if you have a commute, stay tuned with Denver 7 to find out those road conditions. And obviously, if you can stay home, that's the best and most ideal thing that you can do. The city of Boulder has its homeless shelter open both tonight and tomorrow night. And the city also shut down its facilities early today by like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, so people could get home to their families. Anytime that happens, it's a good note for all of us. to get home if we can. Back to you.
All right, CB, thank you for that. Denver 7's Russell Haythorne now. Russell, you've been driving around in this for the last few hours in the metro. How's it looking?
Yeah, what we can tell you, Shannon, is that the roadways are definitely becoming more snowpacked and icy. Let me show you what we're looking at. This is northbound Wadsworth Boulevard in Lakewood, just about at Alameda Boulevard here. And you can see that the snow is really starting to accumulate, especially in between the lanes here in the western part of the metro area. The good news is drivers seem to be taking it easy out there, everyone maintaining a safe speed and plenty of distance in between them and the other drivers. Also good news, Denver plow operators will remain on duty throughout the night tonight and into tomorrow morning. The Denver Department of Transportation and Infrastructure says that with more snow on the way, they will keep those plow ops out there, and they're urging everyone, again, to take it easy, take it slow, especially if you're heading out tomorrow morning when it will be certainly slick out there as the temperature drops throughout the night. So take it easy if you're heading into work or to school tomorrow morning. That's the latest from the western part of the metro area. We'll toss it back to you guys.
All right, Russell, thank you. And the city of Denver has warming centers that are open right now because of this winter storm. But protocol for when these centers open in the future, that is still to be determined. Yesterday, Denver's Department of Housing Stability held a committee meeting presenting new thresholds for when these centers would open. Now, the new thresholds would be for temperatures below 10 degrees or 6 inches or more snow forecast. Well, there was pushback from the community and city council members during yesterday's meeting. So the city will now reevaluate those thresholds in the coming weeks. But again, today and tomorrow, the warming centers are open.
And we've seen after-school activity closures all day long across the Front Range, but so far, no word on any school closures for tomorrow. But we will keep you updated as we learn about them. Now, you can find our complete coverage on Denver7.com, and we're going to be running a list of closures if and when they come in, as well as we'll have our interactive radar with all the latest conditions.